Good afternoon and welcome to Word at Noon. My name is Remy Allen. The people of Eseodo and Irele local government areas of Ondo State have reaffirmed confidence in Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa. Residents of the council areas led by Kalaswe of Akwa Land, Oba Sunday Amushian, and the Odogbo of Omi, Oba Olorunshola Akiyelure, pledged their support and solidarity for him. The people, including APC faithful, said the governor has impressed with his quality leadership, which is promoting overall development of the state. Commerce correspondent will have Bankole complete this.
The Igbekebo Secretariat of Eseodo local government area of Ondo State was the venue as Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa and his team visited the council area in continuation of the tour of council areas ahead of the APC shadow election. The Kalaswe of Akwa Land, Oba Sunday Amuseyan, and other traditional rulers in the council area were on ground to receive Governor Ayedatiwa. The governor appreciated the royal fathers and the people for the confidence reposed in him and prayers. Ayedatiwa, who reeled off efforts of his administration to better the state, sought more support, especially ahead of the party's shadow election.
Thank you for the support given not only to this very government, but to me personally regarding my continuance in government as the governor of Ondo State.
The Kalaswe of Akwa, Oba Sunday Amuseyan, commended the governor for living up to expectations and promoting good governance. The monarch and his colleagues, who further endorsed the governor ahead of the APC governorship primary, also listed some challenges facing people of the area.
We have determined, we've resolved to welcome you, accept you, pray for you.
Governor Ayedatiwa also addressed members of the APC and thanked them for identifying with him.
I don't want you to be deprived of your choice. I have gone ahead to pay for all of you your membership dues up to date so that you can come out on Saturday and vote for me.
The Odogbo of Omi, Oba Olorunshola Akiyelure, and other monarchs welcomed Governor Ayedatiwa to Irele local government area, where he renewed his commitment to develop the state. The Odogbo of Omi, Oba Akiyelure, who applauded the governor for keeping his promises, prayed for his success at the shadow election. Governor Ayedatiwa, while addressing party faithful at the Methodist Primary School, Irele, stressed the need for unity of purpose and commitment among party members as the primary election hosts this weekend. According to the governor, a vote for him is a vote for sustainable development. Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
In the meantime, the present administration in Ondo State will not relent efforts to actualize the seaport project known as Port Ondo, while striving to ensure that power supply is restored to the South Senatorial District of the state. Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa, who was in Igbokoda, headquarters of Ilaje local government area of the state, in continuation of his tour of council areas ahead of this weekend's governorship primary of the All Progressives Congress APC, reassured residents of the area of his determination to sustain all legacy projects. Ayedatiwa called for more support for his administration in his quest to further advance the state. Government House correspondent Wahab Bankole again reports.
The Palace of Amakpetu of My Kingdom was the first port of call for Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa at Igbokoda in Ilaje local government area of Ondo State as he continued his tour of council areas ahead of this weekend's governorship shadow election of APC. Governor Ayedatiwa also joined the congregation at C&S Church International in Igbokoda, where he appreciated religious leaders in the council area for their prayers and support for his administration.
All the first-class members, they visited the governor's office, the two conference hall. They came up with a unanimous decision. Wọ́n fi ìpinnu wọn ṣe kọ́. Wọ́n fi ohun wọn ṣe kọ́. Ọba Àlàjẹ́ wà bẹ́ẹ̀. Ọba orílẹ̀ èdè tó wà tó tó sì náà wà bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n ti gbé èmi gẹ́gẹ́ bí gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ondo káwọn ẹgbẹ́ síwájú sí èèyàn 2025.
The governor said efforts are being intensified to restore power supply to the South Senatorial District while actualizing the Port Ondo project.
98 mítà báyìí wọ́n dúró dè wọ́n kó mítà sí àwọn ilé kọ̀ọ̀kan ní Ìgbọ́kọ̀dá torí aṣọ pé tí kò bá sí tàn ní Ìgbọ́kọ̀dá náà yálọ́ sí ní èrìjẹ náà mítà ẹ̀ là ń dúró dè báyìí iléeṣẹ́ BBC àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀kọ́ ra mítà fún ìlú wọ́n tẹ̀ máa gbowó náà wọn ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n sọ́kà tó ṣe àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tí àwọn olówó tó pọ̀ òun ti níbí nìkan ẹ̀yin náà ẹ̀ mọ̀ ó ṣe rí wọ́n nítorí bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ìjọba rọ̀ wọ́n lọ́wọ́ wọ́n ṣẹ̀ mú iye wá báyìí àdéhùn bá tẹ̀lé bá wọn sí ra mítà fún àwọn ará ìlú kí iná lè dé sí mo ti bá tí a bá tó bá tẹ̀lé mọ̀ bóyá wà bí pé kó lọ ṣe iye tó máa ná ìjọba tó fi lè ṣe àtìlẹ́yìn fún àwọn ará ìlú láti lè ra mítà fún ọ tí mítà bá ti wà ní ilé kọ̀ọ̀kan wọ́n máa fi iná sí iná máa kàn ní Ìlàjẹ bí gbogbo àwọn ọkàn bíi tí ẹ sọ máa rọ̀ yìí ẹ̀wọ̀n pé ohun tí a bá gbọ́ a máa ń gbàgbé. That is the way it is in education. What you hear, you forget. The what you read, you remember. Ẹ bá wa kó gbogbo ẹ̀ síbi ẹ fi ránṣẹ́ sí ọ́fíìsì gómìnà láti máa yẹ̀ wò ní gbogbo ìgbà. Èyí tó bá ti ṣe ń bẹ̀, a máa ti ṣẹ̀dá sí ibi.
Special prayers were offered for the success of the governor at the shadow and the governorship election. The warm reception accorded the governor and his team at the open field in Igbokoda was a testament to the massive support and solidarity being offered to their son on his homecoming. The air was filled with a palpable sense of pride as the people embraced their hometown hero with open arms, with the young and old in the community standing united in support of Governor Ayedatiwa and affirming his position as the best man for the job. Governor Ayedatiwa, who could not hide his joy, was full of appreciation for the show of love and the open acceptance by his people. The governor promised not to let them down by his actions, policies, and programs.
Members of APC across Ondo State, and all members of APC in the local government have been fully paid for. So you can come out and vote your choice, which is lucky for you.
Aiyedatiwa, who restated his resolve to advance every sector of the state, urged more commitment of party faithful and people of the state for his administration. From Igbokoda, headquarters of Ilaje local government area of Ondo State, Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
Also, the people of Okitipupa in Okitipupa local government area of Ondo State have passed a vote of confidence in Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa and his administration. The people, led by the Jegun Idepe, Oba Michael Obatuga Adetoye, said every effort by Governor Aiyedatiwa to improve the well-being of residents of the state is noted and appreciated. They pledged their unalloyed support and solidarity for his administration during a visit by the governor. Government Health Correspondent Wahab Bankole reports for their support with a promise to do more in raising the bar.
Jegun Idepe of Okitipupa led other traditional rulers in Okitipupa local government area of Ondo State to welcome Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa to his palace in continuation of the tour of council areas by the governor ahead of the APC governorship primary this weekend. Governor Aiyedatiwa, who expressed his deep appreciation to the traditional institution for the support being offered to the administration, reassured the monarchs and people of renewed commitment to bridge some infrastructure gaps, especially power supply and road projects.
Among other presentations and resolutions that you took at that meeting, one of them is a unanimous decision by all our traditional ruler degrading orders that I should continue to be governor of Ondo State. Unanimously, you all agreed, and prayer was made both in Christian religion, the Muslim àti Ìṣẹ̀báyé, mẹ́ta lọ́kan nìyẹn. The family also endorse me. In my remark, I did say that I'm supposed to come to you first to plead and solicit your support. But rather, you decided to leave your palaces and came to my office. And I made a promise that I will come to your palaces to thank you and to also solicit for your support, even though you have endorsed me in the open. The promise that I made on that is what I've come to fulfill. To thank you, Kabiyesi, for that resolve.
The Jegun Idepe, Oba Michael Adetoye, thanked the governor for changing their narratives for the better and prayed for the success of his administration.
Our Oba, like you have rightly said, he can't let, that is, Okitipupa local government and then during the local government àti parapọ̀ àti wá gbà yín àti wá kí yín àwa solidarity a dẹ̀ tún congratulate yín nígbà tí a wá yẹn náà ó ní nǹkan kan tá a jọ sọ tí jẹ́ pé ẹ̀dẹ̀ mú dání a sì wà lórí àdéhùn yẹn náà mo mọ̀ pé lágbára Ọlọ́run á ṣe é ṣe fún yín á dẹ̀ wá sí ìmúṣẹ. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wá lónìí lágbára Ọlọ́run á tì yín lẹ́yìn. Gbogbo èròǹgbà ọkàn yín yìí Ọlọ́run àmúṣẹ fún yín o. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí gbogbo àwa orí adé bá ṣe parapọ̀ dájẹ́ pé a ti gbàdúrà fún yín, àdúrà dàgbà fún yín náà á mọ̀ yín ni.
Thereafter, it was time for the governor and his team to address hundreds of his supporters at the venue of the meeting after the warm reception accorded him with a large turnout. The venue was filled to capacity as the people gave the governor a rousing welcome. One of the leaders in the area and former member of the State Executive Council, Femi Agagu, While drumming support for Governor Aiyedatiwa ahead of this weekend's governorship shadow election, said his passion to develop the state is real. Governor Aiyedatiwa, who was visibly happy, said he will not take their support for granted. The governor, while urging more commitment of party faithful ahead of the party governorship primary this weekend, promised not to politicize the welfare of people of the state.
Saturday, ó ṣe èyí tẹ́ máa tẹ̀sọ́jú ẹ̀rọ, èyí tẹ́ máa kò sí ní. Mo lè mọ̀ pé ibi tí oríire bá wà, ibi tí oríire sábà wà, ibi tó fi máa dára fún yín, mo máa kò sí.
Aiyedatiwa, who restated his desire to promote policies and programs that prosper the state and the people, said some challenges facing people of the senatorial districts, including power supply, will soon become a thing of the past. The APC shadow election holds this weekend ahead of the November 16 governorship poll.
That report was presented from our studio. Away from Ondo State politics to other issues across the globe, the Public Accounts Committee of the House of Representatives has issued a 21-day ultimatum to and the Fiscal Responsibility Commission to explain the whereabouts of the 45 billion naira unremitted operating surplus recorded from 2007 to 2021. The committee chairman, Bamidele Salam, PDP, Osun State, issued the ultimatum in Abuja during the committee's public hearing on leakages of revenue accruals to the federal government. The FRC dragged the SEC before the committee for not responding to his report issued in 2022, where 45 billion naira computed liability of unremitted funds was recorded against the Exchange Commission. A representative of FRC, Mr. Bello Aliyu, told the committee that since 2022, the SEC had not come up with any explanation concerning the unremitted sum. He argued that by the law, the balance of any operating surplus should be paid into the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the federal government within less than 1 month of the statutory deadline for publishing any corporation accounts. Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Professor Joseph Osrc, has cautioned that 148 are among the highly probable flood risk areas for 2024. Osrc issued this warning during the official unveiling of the 2024 Annual Flood Outlook AFO in Abuja. The identified states are Adamawa, Akwa Ibom, Anambra, Bauchi, Bayelsa, Benue, Borno, Cross River, Delta, Ebonyi, Edo, Imo, Jigawa, Kaduna, Kano, Katsina, Kebbi, and Kogi. Others are Kwara, Lagos, Nasarawa, Niger, Ogun, Ondo, Osun, Oyo, Plateau, Rivers, Sokoto, Taraba, and Yobe. Osrc emphasized the importance of proactive measures to mitigate potential flood impacts in these areas. Popular Instagram celebrity Pascal Keshuku, also known as Cubana Chief Priest, has pleaded not guilty for alleged naira to the 3-count charge filed against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. The socialite was arraigned at the Federal High Court, Lagos, before Justice Kehinde Ogundare today at the Anti-Graft Commission on a 3-count charge of abusing Naira at a social event, an act said to be contrary to the provisions of the Central Bank Act of 2007. After he pleaded not guilty, the court granted him bail in the sum of 10 million naira with 2 responsible sureties in like sum who must be gainfully employed with the federal or state government and not less than grade level 16. The socialite is to perfect his bail conditions within 7 days and submit his travel passport to the custody of the court. The G24 has called for a variety of steps to increase the financing available to developing countries of the world amid tight external finance. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has ordered the closure of his government's embassy and consulates in Ecuador. The move is in protest against Ecuador's storming of the Mexican embassy earlier this month. Kemi Solajum has details.
This is the moment Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro ordered the closure of his country's embassy in Ecuador during a meeting of the Community of Latin American and Caribbean States in Honduras on Tuesday.
I've ordered our embassy in Ecuador to close the consulate in Quito, to close immediately the consulate in Guayaquil, and for the diplomatic personnel to return to Venezuela immediately.
The move by Venezuela was done in protest at the event of April the 5th, in which Ecuadorian police forcefully entered Mexico's embassy in Quito. During the raid, they detained former Vice President Tariq al-Assami, who had been evading arrest in the Mexican embassy since December. Mexico's President Andrés Manuel López Obrador has asked his counterparts in the region to endorse Mexico's complaint against Ecuador before the International Court of Justice.
We want the International Court of Justice to act, and it's very clear what we are proposing: a separation of Ecuador from the United Nations until they offer a commitment of non-repetition, the acceptance that they violated our sovereignty.
Though Ecuador's President Daniel Noboa was not invited to participate in Tuesday's meeting of regional leaders, he has defended his country's position, telling the media that he has no regrets over the raid on the Mexican embassy by his country's security forces. Kemi Solajum, Osrc News.
Israel stepped up its arrest campaign in the occupied West Bank and mistreatment of prisoners in its overstaffed jails. Former Palestinian detainees recount systematic mistreatment in Israel jails by guards, including forced kneeling, lack of necessities, and torture. The rising number of Palestinian detainees, including women and children, reflects a concerning trend. Kunle Ariyo has details.
The pain is marked on the walls in Ido refugee camp. The occupation is too close to home. Israeli military raids and arrests are routine. Mansa Amira and other activists refuse to accept the Israeli crackdown. He was arrested in December and held in Offa military prison for 2 months.
It was torture. Since I entered Offa, it was the first time that I was walking in Ford. I was handcuffed and I have to, to walk like this always. If you raise your head or look to see where are you.
Mansa has been jailed before. He described worsening conditions, no electricity, little food or sunlight, little access to medical care and torture.
My fear was to lose my mind because you have nothing to do. They assault you every single moment.
Offa is one of the 23 known Israeli military prisons and the only one in the occupied West Bank. The number of inmates is increasing rapidly. Before the war, there were 33 women behind bars. Now, that number is more than 200.
All of the violations being committed today are about dehumanization. We are talking about the worst period of detainees, not just the conditions but also the scale of abuse. And Israeli prison guards are boasting about the crimes they carried out.
Israeli TV channel 13 broadcast videos of how guards show off their treatment of prisoners. With videos like this, Palestinians worry about the fate of their loved ones, while some received the worst news: they didn't survive their imprisonment. Israeli authorities are withholding the bodies of at least 26 Palestinians who died in custody, more than half of them in the past 6 months, so families have not been able to bury their loved ones. Kunle Ariyo, Osrc News.
That concludes Word at Noon. Many thanks for watching. Good afternoon.